Of course, tons of awesome mods released while I was away. Ooh, this is why I should never leave town. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's DJ. Today we're going to take a look at some of the biggest mods that dropped this week. Generally, I make mod review videos every time mods are released, but because I was out of town this past week, I missed some things. So today, we're going to take a look at some of the biggest mods and maps that came out this week for all platforms, and we're going to take a look at a few updates that you need to be aware of, because there's a few that are very important. I'm not going to go over all 55 mods that dropped while I was gone, but I will hit the biggest ones. Check the timestamps to see which ones come first. Otherwise, let's jump right in. First up, we're going to take a look at the HoneyBee AirFLEX series headers that dropped from custom modding. This includes six or seven different size headers, plus we've got the AirFLEX cart itself. This could be a little bit confusing. We showed this off in our first look preview, but I want to make sure that you guys get a little bit of a refresher so you know how to use it. So let's start with the headers themselves, and we're going to start with the biggest one. This crazy thing is 18.3 meters wide. I'm zoomed in all the way. Actually, there is no zoom because this thing is so massive in the store. It goes 6 miles an hour, so nothing crazy there, but we do have a lot of customization with this. Starting off, it is, well, 29 slots by itself. That's a lot for a header, and I'll admit that as well. As far as this, we have crop dividers, which will go standard. We have a regular crop divider, a secondary crop divider, and then canola crop dividers. We also have the cross auger on the inside, the Prairie wind system, so a dual flow, and height control. Now that's just the first one. There's a whole lot more, and they're maybe more realistically sized towards a lot of the combine harvesters that you've got in the game. The next one is the 250 series. Now this one is 15.2 meters, 6 miles an hour is normal. Still high on the slot count, so 27 slots here. We've got, again, crop dividers on the very front, the exact same ones actually. Those are on all of them. We have the cross auger on the inside, yep but no, Prairie wind system, and then the height control. A little bit smaller now, and probably the largest size header that you have used in the game so far. This is the AirFLEX 245. This is 13.7 meters, 6 miles an hour, and it is 26 slots on consoles with the exact same customization as the rest. Even smaller now, we've got the AirFLEX 240. This one is 12.2 meters, 6 miles an hour, and it is 26 slots. Even smaller, the 236. This one is 11 meters and 6 miles an hour at 25 slots. Then going down even further, the 230. This is 9.1 meters, 25 slots. And lastly, the smallest one, the 225. This is 7.6 meters and it is 23 slots. So as you can see, we've got, well, a kind of a little bit for everybody, all the way from 7.6 meters and 18.3 and everything in between. Now we also have the AirFLEX cart itself. There's no customization on this. However, it is technically two pieces separated. I'm gonna show you how to use it. So now we're all set up. We've got our Mahindra retriever and we've got our trailer. So we've got it hooked up. I've also got the largest combine that we've got. This is the custom modding 250 right here. I can't even turn around on it. It's crazy. This thing, I mean, come on, just go check out these headers. There's a reason they're first in the video today. We're going to go through maybe about 2/3 of the way down, or you can look for the area where your wheels are. About right there should do the trick. Now we're going to detach from the very back part. Yep, we're just going to leave it be right there. And then pull forward, and you should get a notification to connect it. Now you may have to adjust here a little bit depending on where it is, and we've got our connection. I was actually a little bit too far the other way. Boom, just like that. Each combine's going to be a little bit different on where the placing is, but just play around with it a little bit and you'll get it. They all work exactly the same, so that's kind of nice. Then all we got to do is take this part of the trailer, back it up to the other side, find our connection, and it has to be pretty precise, so make sure you get it just about dead center. You want to connect to it, and the combine will immediately let go, and we can pull away, assuming that the combine harvester's not blocking it, of course. Now we're good to go. We can pull this thing around. We're good. We've got it on the header trailer. Nice and easy. This is where the mod gets really easy. When you're ready to hook back up to it, all you got to do is just get it close to your combine harvester, pull up, connect, and it will immediately disconnect from the bottom trailer portion, and you can manually disconnect that little part, and you are ready to get back rocking and rolling. I love these mods. As a matter of fact, I've utilized this mod in my previous series on Stone Valley. So check that out if you'd like to see these in action. And hopefully we can start using these on Griffin, Indiana soon. Lastly, if you want to get your header trailer back together, just simply back up to it, connect, and you're good. Next up, another big mod that came out this week from 82 Studio is 50-foot Gooseneck transport trailer. This bad boy right here is available in a plethora of different sizes available. We've got your standard right here. We've also got available in a nurse trailer and an unrealistic nurse trailer. Now, what would it hold? It holds seed, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. You also sell some bales on the side there as well. There's an auto load version of this for bales. So starting off here, of course, we have our standard, the nurse trailer, the unrealistic, that goes from 4,600 liters to 46,000 liters. And of course, the big old 50-foot bale auto load version. If you want the 50-foot gooseneck or the 50-foot trailer itself, this is the one to go with because we can build off of this. The next set is our wheel brand. So we've got Lizard. That's going to be kind of 2 in the front, 2 in the back, all 3 sets, 2 in the middle, and the back. And again, if you've got a heavy load, go with all 6 setups of wheels. Those wheel setups can be changed up. So we have a standard set, standard 2, standard 3, Nokian tires, wide tires, and back in again. The tail. So we have a regular flat deck. Nice. Could be working perfect for you. We've got ramps and we have a dovetail, which may be more popular, but I kind of like the ramp. So let's stick with that. Mud guards on here. Well, you could go with the back, front and back, or none of them. Floor panel styling. We have a wooden design. We've got kind of a metal slat design, a couple different versions of those. Actually, many different versions of those, and back in again. Attacher type. This is kind of cool because we've got a gooseneck, but you can also do a bumper pull if you prefer. So you can have either one. Maybe you're using this with a tractor. Bumper pull is what you need to go with there. Extras, we have some side rails that can be added on. So boom, just right there. Then we've got logging poles. Yes, this can be turned into a logging trailer. All you have to do is unfold the trailer and those will pop up. We've also got extensions, which will pop out from the side and back in to standard. Extensions will be something you want to add if you've got a tractor with big duals on it, for example. Maybe you've even got a combine harvester or 2 that you want to put on here. You're good to go. And then lastly, we have our main color. So this is just going to be the main color of the bit itself. We got it on blue right now. Design color, I'm going to make this red. This is the front box right there. Then, of course, rim colors are, well, the rim colors. So there you go. That is your 50-foot gooseneck transport trailer from 82 Studio. By the way, this is 11 slots on consoles, and it's going to hold 30 bales when you do auto loading. Next up from Pascal Couts, we've got the YARDTRUCK. I love this thing, the YT193 2x4. Let's take a look at this because this is pretty neat. It is, at the end of the day, just a semi-truck that is used for moving containers around, things like that. Should make moving things a little bit easier. If you're doing role play, this is definitely a mod you want to have installed. As far as the main bits to it, 195 horsepower, manual transmission, 290 liters of fuel, 37 mile per hour max speed. That's pretty good. And it is 8 slots on console. As far as your engine setup, we can bump that up to 225, so that's kind of nice. And then we've got colors, and that's really it. So here's your main color palette. As far as custom colors, we have YARDTRUCK gray, we've got YARDTRUCK yellow, or lizard yellow, and then lizard green. Plus we have all of the base game colors as well. I like that. Let's go with YARDTRUCK gray. And then yellow on the bottom doesn't look good. Let's go with that. And then rim colors. See, this is great. They've got chrome, the gray, the white, and black. Plus, they've got all of the base game. This is basically the perfect thing, I'm saying right there. And that's kind of it, but we'll show you how it works. Now, in the base game, whenever you attach to a semi-trailer, these wheels right here, or wheels, those supports will go up. Now, with this truck, what we can do is we could back in and attach. Now, of course, those supports go up and, well, we could drive this around like normal. There's really no way to avoid that in the game. However, we can do a little bit of role play with it and raise that up. In real life, this would raise that up so that the supports don't have to be raised and lowered. You could just raise this up and move it around. Now, in the game, is it a bit pointless? Yeah, kinda. But is it cool? Absolutely. You raise, lower, do a little bit of role play with it. Boom, detach. You're good to go. Plus, it's just a cool little truck. I mean, come on, check this out. The next thing I want to talk about today is the Lizard Roadrunner Haysqueezer. This is also for Pascal Counts, and it is such a cool little truck. So it's based around, I guess, the Roadrunner platform, but maybe an older version of it. And it's a semi-truck and a front loader lifter type thing. We've got attachments for it. So we have a bell clamp, which will clamp into the bell. Again, we've got some nice colors there. And then we've got a bell fork on there too. And Pascal does have some videos on their YouTube channel, which is nice. So if you guys want to check this thing out in action, check that out. Otherwise, I think I might use this on Griffin. This is such a cool thing. So let's do what we do and go over specs so you know exactly what to expect. 500 horsepower on this. Yep, that's a lot. Manual transmission, 490 liters of fuel, 51 mile per hour max speed. Yep. And it weighs 15.6 tons. So you're going to be able to pick up a lot of bells with this thing. It's also 10 slots on console, so not that bad. I wish this worked like a normal semi-truck. This thing would be OP for sure. This design, we've got a couple different designs on the front, and then we've got a couple different designs overall. We're going with the flames on this one. Design config, so we've got with lights, without lights. We've also got modifications, so chrome everything with lights and without lights. Main color, we've got lizard yellow and lizard green. These are very similar, if not the exact same from the previous truck model, so that's kind of cool. Design here, change up the bottom, that's nice, and then rim color, we've got silver, chrome, black, and then, of course, whites through there. Let's go with chrome. Chrome's always the best. And of course, as I mentioned, we've got a couple other pieces here as well. We've got the Haysqueezer bell clamp, which will work with school air bells, and then we've got this bad boy right here, which will work with a few other things. Let's come up with a nice little design there. That looks good. And all we got to do is jump right in it, and we could drive this around just like it was a semi-truck. And it drives around pretty nice. The interior is pretty cool too. There's also a note right here. It says, "Sorry, farmer, I broke your clock so it doesn't run correct." Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, so we'll come around here. We've got a couple attachments. Let's see what we can get into here. So, of course, we've got raised and lower right through there. That works, that works, that works. But we've also got changing driving directions, and we can open up the doors if you want to. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's open up the doors and let's change driving direction. Our dude now comes over here, and we've got a max speed of 27 kilometers that way, and we can back up at a full 51, which is absolutely terrifying. Bell clamps work exactly the way you would expect. We'll grab a hold of it, raise it up, bring it, lower it, good to go, and then we can extend it and bring it back in and clamp on. There's a little lip on the bottom which should hold on to the bells. Pretty nice. Another thing that's kind of neat is you've got movement from side to side. So maybe you didn't line up completely correctly with it. You're good to go. And we can raise. How high can we go on this? I'm sure pretty high. Yeah, it's not bad. For a semi-truck, that ain't bad. I'm also looking at this real quick, and I went into combinations, and it appears that we've got all of these different bits right here. So it looks like wheel loader attachments, I believe, are going to work perfect with this as well. So if you've got any wheel loader attachments that you really like, hey, hook them up. This would be pretty sweet. So the last vehicle mod or tractor mod that I want to talk about, actually the only real tractor on the list today, is the John Deere 6M from Agritona. We talked about this quite a bit in Farm Sim News, but I wanted to make sure to let you guys know it is out. We got 170 horsepower starting off on this bad boy. Manual plus power shift transmission, 372 liters of fuel, 26 miles per hour. So it's not slow, but it's not super fast like everything else in game. And 9.1 tons. Console players will find that this is 15 slots. Not too bad there. Numbering, so you've got numbers 1 through 9 on the side. Wheel brands include Continental, Michelin, Midas, Trelleborg, Lizard, and then back in again. Now we do have a bunch of different options through these as well. That's pretty tweet. And you can see as well, they're pretty spread as well. So they're not real tied in with each other. They're kind of spread out. Now we do have some normal options in there too if you'd like to go with that. But I kind of prefer this, like Continental narrow tires. I love that setup. But we've got all kinds in here. You could go through and find the ones that you like. Window tint, we've got a couple different window tints, as you would expect from Brazilian style tractors like this. Cabin headlights and turn signals. We have a simple headlight. We have a double headlight. We've got the simple headlight with the traffic light on the back. Change those up and back in again. We'll go with this. Exhaust standard. We have direct exhaust, short direct exhaust, and back into standard again. internal props. So we've got a couple little things inside. Trying to look for these. Looks like it's only going to be like a radio and a thermos. Antennas, so we've got these. I'm not a fan, but you may like them. Rear weights and mud guards. Check these out. So we have a 500 kilogram weight that's going to be on the back, on the wheels. Yep, right there. So your wheel weights are separate from that. And then we've got, well, it says fenders. Fenders on the front. And then back in again. So just wheel weights and front fenders themselves. Toolbox and chain. Let's take a look at this. So that's going to be on the front, standard and chain. I don't see any option for toolbox. That's the, oh no, wait. Toolbox pops in there. I see it. Green Star number 4. So we've got it ready for it, or we've got it included with it. Attachments. We have a 300 kilogram weight in the front, 600 without rear hydraulics. That is a new one. That's kind of interesting, with the same weights on the front and back to standard again, which include those hydraulics. You want a tractor without rear hydraulics? Go for it. Front loader attacher, we've got a bumper on the front, sugarcane bumper, the Hauer with the bumper, or nothing. So the only front loader you've got on here is the Hauer. And then engine setups, we have 170, 190, 210, 240, and back down again. And there you go. That is your John Deere 6M series. Love this tractor. Now, mods weren't the only thing that released this week. We also got 2 new maps. The first one was Riverside 22 from Missy B Modding. This is the popular revamp of her Riverside map that came out in Farming Simulator 19, and it's got a few additions, a few changes, and overall, looking good. They say, welcome back to Riverside Farm. The fictitious map has been completely overhauled to Farming Simulator 22 standards and features a normal size map, so 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers, 77 fields, 5 active farms for you to choose from, multiple areas with some tender love and care, and a chainsaw, which can reform the land into a farm space, and much, much more. As for the PDA, here it is. We don't really get a whole lot, just this small little area right here with 1 field. But as you can see, there's tons more to choose from. You've got areas right here with logging where you can buy little spots in it. You could also buy the outside of the map, or I call it the outside of the maps, just to be extra bits that don't really do much for you. For $0. You could do that if you really want to. That's kind of nice. We've also got big fields on here as well, but they're not too expensive, which is kind of nice. And there's some square fields and some fields that are, well, I'm not sure what kind of shape that would be, but it's not a square. I know that much. So check it out. There's a whole lot of stuff in here that you could get into. A whole lot of fun. And I think it'll definitely be a great map for those of you that maybe have been playing base game maps for, I don't know, the past year or so since Farm Sim has come out. Maybe you want to try something a little bit different. This may be a good stepping stone into that. Now, as far as things that we have, as you can see, we've got a Kloss farm. We've got the Axion 870. Large tractors include the 960, the TerraTrack, and the Zarian 5000. And yeah, it's got the 5000 engine in there. Lexion 8900 and the Trion 750. We've got the 960 TerraTrack forage harvester. We've got the Torian 1914. We've got the big body 750. Big header on there. My goodness, 13.8 meters. Big old cultivator on there. We've got a nice baler, front loader tool, and a weight. So there you go. Another really cool thing about this is the store. We come in here, take a look. Well, check that out. We are in the store, and if we look all the way around us, it looks like all of our equipment is here as well. And if we ping over to it, we can see exactly that. All of our equipment is in the store itself. So what would happen if I sell all of the stuff? Well, the store becomes completely empty is what it does. And if we come in here and take a look, maybe you want to buy something else, you can see the store has completely cleared itself of all of the stuff. I think this is pretty cool. I think this is really neat. I love when modders do this. They add like the store, but it's in the place itself. I think that's kind of cool. We do have what looks to be one other tractor in here. I'm not sure. Oh, I could drive that. Did I accidentally not owned items? Nope. Leased items? Nope. Huh. Did we just get a free tractor? I think we just get a free tractor. That's kind of nice. Also, how do we get out of here? So if we reset, which is probably what you're going to need to do with everything that's in there, reset that equipment, it should pop out right here outside. Also got a really cool place to work on your stuff here as well. If you like cloths, man, definitely check this out. That's pretty cool. The next new one, or I guess the last new one that came out this week, is a map. It is Starsow, and just heads up, here's all the stuff that's going to have to download, at least that I didn't have installed. There's a bunch of things that it will download completely automatically for you. So heads up there. As for the map itself, it's located in, I believe, northern Germany. It's an original replica of the area around Starsow. It's got 29 fields with total approximate 137 acre field sizes, anywhere from 0.3 to 17 acres. It's got 10 forestry areas for forestry work, 3 different lake areas around, which is kind of cool. Dairy farm with 420 cows, nice. 500 chickens. Pig farm with 200 pigs. Sheep farm with 25 sheep, ooh. Another sheep farm with 25 sheep. Another cow pasture with 30 cows. A horse farm with 5 cows. And a horse farm with 5 cows. Horse farm with 5 horses. And a 250 kW BGA with contractor haul. Everything you could possibly want and need. Taking a look at the PDA itself. Here it is. I'm zoomed all the way out. It seems like it's maybe a little bit smaller than a regular 2-kilometer map, but hey, it's fine. We've got a couple areas that we own. So we got field 13 and field 14. It's really odd that the field sizes are not located directly in the center. I've never seen any map like that before. We've also got area down here, field 22, field 28 right there. And then through here, we've got our main farm area itself, where you've got all of the other goodies and things like that. A couple different cow barns there as well. That's kind of cool. But as far as what you own, that's it. Now, the land ain't cheap, so be ready for that. It is extremely expensive as far as your logging and forestry areas go. And you've got, I think there's like 10 of those or something like that. Choose the, maybe start with this little small one right here for 21 grand. Make your money and go up from there. Now, as for the equipment that you get, we've got quite a bit. As far as small tractors, we've got this bad boy, the Lindner 130. Console players are going to find that 1,317 slots have been taken up. We've also got in medium tractors, the Axion 870 and a Fendt 700. Harvester is the John Deere T560, one of the best starting harvesters base game. Trailers, 2 Rudolph trailers, header for the John Deere, got a big plow, that's nice, direct drill, that's good to start with, couple different mowers, we got a front and rear mower, it's only a single on the back, but that's okay. We have a tedder, a windrow, we've got a loading wagon, forage wagon, we've got a front loader right here, front loader tool, header trailer for your header, and a weight. So we get a good amount of equipment, a decent amount of varying equipment to start off with. Here is your main farm, and a beautiful farm it is. We've got some trees all the way around. We've got a silo system on here, huge bunker. This is giving me some serious vibes for Farming Simulator 19 and 17 on a few of the German maps, and that ain't a bad thing. That's a really good thing. All right, let's talk about some big mod updates that released this week that I think you need to be aware of, because there's some big stuff that dropped this week. The first one is an update to Griffin, Indiana, which I'm going to need a new save game for, and I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that. This is version 1.2 of the map from AJ Farmer. They fixed the visual pedestrian head visible above the ground at the laundromat while walking, fixed Larson's manure buying station to allow filling of manure spreaders for all trailers, fix the cannot sell corner house at lot west of baseball field after purchase, fix the visual light from lanterns still visible regardless of seasons changing, fix the visual compression trigger icon at the water tower filling station, fix missing snow mask under the gas station awning, fix missing asphalt terrain painting texture, so now you can paint asphalt, that's cool, fix the border collision, change various buying stations accepted products, change the code in selling station train XML to alleviate mod conflicts with train contracts, change the train cars to ease loading and increased fill capacity to 1.171 million liters. That's insane. Change the GW elevator grain silo to 10 million liters. Storage fee remains unchanged though at 0.005 per 1,000 liters. That's awesome. Really good price there. Change the fermenting silo mod input and output order for better viewing in the production menu. Change the foliage and terrain around the farmer's market gate. Change the wall and utility pole position intersection of Main Street and Larson's Animal Road dealer. made adjustments and I can't speak, to dealership vehicle spawn and fencing to add even more space. Added potato and sugar beet to Larson's livestock buying station. Added cotton to the farmer's market. Added canola, soybeans, sunflowers, and corn to the farmer's market. Added contracts for farmer market. That's great. Added contracts for the spinnery. And removed the siren sound from downtown. All of these things will change without needing a save game. However, there are some things that won't change unless you have a save game, a new save game, meaning delete your old one and here is your new one. So let's go over these. The fix for corner lot of baseball field only takes effect in new save. Foliage and terrain changes around farmer's market gate only take effect on a new save. The train car changes only take effect on a new save. Warning, the baling contracts to Mount Vernon will only, train should not be generating, but that's a new save. And warning, do not accept any bale contracts, including cotton, to Mount Vernon via the train. A big, massive update. Again, told you, this is an important one. I will be doing a new save on my Griffin, Indiana, so I got to figure out how I'm going to do all that. Another important update that released this week while I was gone was an update to the Bourneheath map version 1.2. The forestry area at the cow farm is now buyable. Some fields around the main farm have been smoothed out and can now be harvested correctly. That's a great fix. Problems with the gates and other items on dedicated servers have been fixed. That should alleviate any issues you guys had in multiplayer. Unrelated store items have been removed, and gates and fences on the sheep and horse pastures now sell when item is sold. Here's the bad part, I guess. A new save game is required. So if you guys have been playing Bourneheath, which I know quite a few of you have been, you will need a new save game for these things to take effect. Another map that got an update this week was Mazowiecka Nizina. Nope, don't even know how to say it. Let's just move on. Version 1.0.1. They changed the cultivation calendar of the season. The toy bug has been fixed. Lamplight fixed. Map greening. The ditches have been smoothed out. They've removed snow from the roads, and the placeable farm has been added. Great update here. Again, I know this is another very popular map, so make sure that you guys update this. They didn't say anything about needing a new save game, so I would say that it does need, because if the ditches have been smoothed out, that is a change to the i3D, and it does require a new save. So check it out. Check out your old save. If it works and you're happy with it, go for it. Otherwise, you probably do need a new save for this. Next to last big important update I think you guys need to know about that came out this week was the animated shed pack from Alien Gem. This is the first update to this, version 1.1. He's increased the silo storage to 5 million liters. That's insane. You can now sell vehicles directly with the farm workshop. That's super cool. Reduce the buying price for seeds and fertilizer, so those are going to be cheaper now. And he's updated the textures. Great update, big update, and very, very important. Plus, come on, 5 million liter silo storage. Oh, man. And lastly, the thing that I think is important to know is an IBC and Pallets Stack update from Ada Modding and the ABP team. Probably the most in-depth buying mod for things in Farming Simulator. This has been updated version 1.2, and he's added a bunch of stuff. So he's added pallets for wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, olive, sunflower, soybean, corn, potato, sugar beet cut, cotton, yeah, you can buy a cotton pallet if you want to, sugarcane, seed, solid fertilizer, manure, pig food, lime, forage, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, snow, you can buy snow, road salt, stones, you can buy stones, and mineral feed. So he's added pallets, new pallets for all of these things. A-Dub, you're crazy, man. Well, there you go, guys. That is going to be it for the mod review to showcase some of the mods that released this week while I was gone and maybe get you guys up to speed on how a few things work. Of course, there's other guys that do mod review videos and news videos, so I hope that you've been supporting those guys and showing them some love. But we are back and we are ready to hit the ground running. So stay tuned for, we guess normal schedule going forward, although I'm pretty sure Giants is out of the office tomorrow, so that should be fun. Either way, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Peace!